cuarto, tienen moña, tienen feria y mentira que al final ellos tan a otro nivel.
So what up, guys? This is Gabi from Team DeathNote, aka TDN. And we're back at it again, guys. I've been seeing a lot of good reviews, a lot of good comments that you guys have made, that you guys have done on the videos, especially on the Majin Buu deck overview that I did. So that turned out to be really well, over 200 views in 24 hours or one day. So let's actually do this, guys. So the first of all, let's give out a shout out to 3xG Matthew Combs for reaching his goal over 1,000 subscribers. I clap to you, my dude. I salute you if you're watching this video. Man, you're awesome. So yeah, and another shout out to my dude Scotch T that went to Indie ARG DBS, and I see that he placed day 1 and 11th. Out of how many people, I do not know. I currently don't know. I believe that they're still playing at the Indie ARG currently as I make this video. Last time I saw, I think it was top 4, and it was Peter Katani versus Anthony Hernandez from All About You. So PPG versus All About You. Let's see how that stuff turns out. Sorry about that. Yeah, so let's see. So let's start talking about this deck. This is a deck overview. Not really the deck, but, well, yeah, I can say the deck. But it's just an overview overall about Bardock Leader and the black cards that it has, and what type of colors we should be expecting, or what type of new brews of colors you guys are going to add to it. You know, it's very, very fun, very exciting to actually find out what type of colors you guys are going to include in this deck, because the leader is so versatile. So now, let's start off with the Masked Saiyan. This is the Bardock Leader Black that's coming out now in set 3. He is from the deck. It says, activate main once per turn. Place the top 3 cards of your deck into the drop area. If you place a black card in the drop area with this card's skill, this card gains critical. So he should be a critical leader going towards your opponent. He's kind of like the Vegeta, but he's not self-awakened. And then it says, if a card of any other color is placed in the drop area, this card also gains plus 5,000 power for the duration of the turn. So on top of that, you can mail. If it's a black, he gets crit, and whatever other color, he gains plus 5,000 attack. So that's actually very awesome, very surprising to see, guys, you know. And he awakens at 4 life or less. Of course, it's a 10k body. You flip him over, you draw 2 cards. Now, when he awakens, he becomes Super Saiyan 3 Bardock. So his name is Bardock Unbound by Darkness. So it's when he finally gets released from the control of the mask, he becomes Bardock Unbound by Darkness, guys. And his ability is once per turn, place the top 3 cards of the deck into the drop area. If you place a black card, he gains crit, and if it's any other color, he gains plus 5,000 until the end of turn. And when this card attacks, you draw 1 card. So you can potentially abuse this right when you get down to 4, or you use a result of training, or TN, or Kabas. However, it's the approach that you guys are going to use in this deck for you to awaken this leader. So you could mill top 3, you could gain 5,000, awaken, draw 2, mill top 3 again, gain another 5,000. So he'll be swinging for 25k critical during that turn on the awakened state. Now let's go by the cards that we have. Now we see here that there's a 5-drop Bardock. He's in Super Saiyan 3. Now let's see what this guy does, because this guy has an amazing effect. Now he is a size 5 black card Bardock. That means you can tap any color to call him out. He has Xeno Evolve. Xeno Evolve is somewhat the equivalent to X Evolve, but it's a little bit different. You tap 5 on top of a Bardock Xeno. So you play this card in the in active mode by sending the specific card from your battle area into the warp. So instead of you placing the Xeno Evolve card on top of the Bardock, you actually have to warp a Bardock You have to send a Bardock from the battle area into your warp zone so you can Xeno Evolve the Super Saiyan 3 Bardock Power Unleashed. He's a 30k attacker. He has triple strike. And the auto that when a card evolves into this card, if your leader card is black, which is the Bardock basically, you may choose 5 cards from the warp and place them into the drop area. If you do so, send all of your opponent battle cards to their warp. So this guy comes in, he clears the field, get cards from the warp area into your drop area in case if you did not warp during that turn, you can warp. He will actually set you up for that type of warp, or setting you up for the next turn so you can warp again. So you know he's actually very good. Now going into a Bardock that we see here so far. So far the Bardock that we see, oh wow, sorry. Where is the dude? I know I had him here. Where did he go? Sorry about that, guys. The Bardock that we see here, I know he's a 5-drop. Okay, found him. He's a 4-drop. He's a 4-drop Bardock, a black Awakened Warrior Bardock. 20k attack. He has a 5k combo, 0 combo cost. Overwhelm 4. So he's an Overwhelm 4 card. When you play this card using Overwhelm, this card gains double strike. So he's a double striking 20k Overwhelm card for 4. So you basically dump your drop zone or your drop area, at least 4 cards, and you get to play this card out. You swing for 20,000 double strike. After that, you tap the 5, send him into the warp area, and call out the Super Saiyan 3 Bardock, swipe the field, and just triple strike it out, guys. So, you know, it's actually very cool to see how these black cards are gonna play along throughout the rest of the game. New card that we have here, which I actually seem to be very, very interested in. It's the Killer Sword Trunks. He's a size 4. He has Xeno Evolve for 4 as well. Now, just be very careful about these Xeno Evolve cards, because they actually work from the cards that you have out there, and most of the cards that you have to Xeno Evolve, they have to be sent out there by warp. Unless you're paying the cost to just call them out, you can, but you know, you're gonna have to use too much energy, and for you to Xeno Evolve, they actually cost quite a bit because their effects are kind of ridiculous. So you know, there has to be some type of balance between how many black cards you have, how many warp cards you have in the deck, between the other type of colors that you're gonna smash in the deck, so the deck can be an overall mixture of like good and bad, so it can intertwine. So what this Killer Sword Trunks does is, after you Xeno Evolve, he has double strike, and the auto that when a card evolves into this card, choose up to 1 battle card in your warp with energy cost of 3 or less and play it. So after you put the Trunks into the warp area, he comes out, and you can get a battle card from your warp area for a size 3 or less from the warp area and play it, guys. Now, talking about that is where we come into 2 cards. One is the Quick Blade Trunks. He's a size 2 black, 15k. He just has Overwhelm 2. So basically, you dump your graveyard, go into the Quick Blade Trunks. He swings for 15. You Xeno Evolve for 4, dump him out, take out the Trunks, and then you bring back the Quick Blade Trunks one more time to swing for 15 again. So it's kind of like, you know, they attack, they go to the warp, from the warp they come back and they attack again. So making it like a multi-use of attacks. It's kind of like an aggro deck to the sense, and due to their abilities that they can wipe the field and they can do all this little crazy stuff, it's kind of mixed with like control. So I'll say it's like a control aggro deck going down right now from my predictions. We have now an Encroaching Threat Max Saiyan, which is Bardock, but you know, hence he's not Bardock Xeno, so he cannot be used to warp the Super Saiyan 3 Bardock. So watch out with that one. He has a permanent saying that this card can attack active battle cards. So he can attack active mode battle cards. He's a 20k. He's a size 4. He does not have Overwhelm, but he has the permanent ability that when you send 7 or more cards into your warp, reduce the energy cost of this card in your hand and warp by 1. So when you send 7 cards or more from your then to the warp area, it's basically doing your opponent's turn or your own turn, including, well, not during your opponent's turn, but your opponent's side of the battle area or your own side of the battle area. Just like the Super Saiyan 3 Bardock, that he swipes your opponent's field. If you just wipe 7 cards from their field, the dude becomes a 3-drop instead of a 4, especially when he's in your warp area. So the trunks, the size 4 trunks that we're seeing can potentially call this dude out, so he can attack active mode battle cards. So any type of pesky blockers they have out there, like the Whis Sacred Guard, he's kind of hard to get by. You can attack him actively. You know, try to combo, because people are gonna combo for the Whis, because you know they always want to keep that dude alive, because it's hard to take him off the field. You can. Any type of blocker like a Goldo, like a 16, or any type of weird stuff, you know, you attack them directly, so they won't mess around with your plays when you swing with that big dude, because you don't want for that big to, so because you don't want for that big to, the big dude just to die out. Wow, sorry. Going on to this card I see here, it's called Power Aura Mirror. This mirror is a size 3. He's a 15k body with a 5k combo, 0 combo cost. He has Overwhelm 3, so you could call him out for Overwhelm 3. And he has the permanent saying that when you have 3 or more cards in your warp area, this card gains plus 5,000 power. And if you have 5 or more cards in your warp area, this card gains an additional 5,000 power. Hence, you don't have to Overwhelm to call this dude out. You could just tap 3, call him out. So if you have 5 or more cards in your warp area, he gains plus 10,000, because he gains the plus 5,000 for having 3 or more, and then he gains the other 5,000 for having 5 or more. So if you have 5 or more cards in your warp area, this dude is just sitting there, size 3, for 25,000 power. And it's not even until the end of turn. It's just a permanent effect. So even during your opponent's turn, he's a 25k body that your opponent's looking at. So he's going to either have to waste a Goten Family of Justice. He's going to either have to call out a Beerus to pop him, or any type of dude that can remove that dude from field, because he becomes very annoying. I mean, 25k body, a size 3 is just ridiculous. So the Power Aura Mirror is a very good card to have in the deck. I'm not going to lie to you. The dude will make the deck dangerous. Going on to the other cards that I see here, it's Towa. So Towa Space Time Unleashed. Towa Space Time Unleashed is actually going to be very good if you're running, you know, black cards with a black leader in a black deck, because she has the ability. She's a one-size drop, 5k. When you play this card, you look up to the top 7 cards of the deck. You choose one mirror or Mass Saiyan from among them and add it to your hand. Then shuffle your deck. So she could potentially fetch out a mirror. She could potentially fetch out a Bardock that's not Bardock Xeno. So the 5-drop Bardock, the 4-drop Bardock, the one that swings on the active mode cards, especially the mirror, because the mirror has critical. And I'm talking about the size 4 mirror, the one that we got from the Heroes and Demons expansion set release. Because the dude, he's a 20k critical dude, and just by doing Overwhelm 4, he goes out there. So let's say your Bardock leader swings for crit, and also you have the mirror swinger for crit. You run a couple of Champas, and you run, in my opinion, a couple of Monakas, just because you can give the Bardock leader the double strike. So he will be actually dangerous to crit double strike and a potential mirror for crit double strike guys. So you know he becomes annoying. It's just up to the point that your opponent cannot get cards from their life to their hand while you're attacking them. And you have to be very careful, because he's not a self-awakening leader, like I said, Bardock. So if your opponent tends to stall you out, and you can't find a way to actually awaken the dude, and you just warping and doing all this type of stuff, and you did not get to a Majin Buu, or the case that you know, there's a new yellow card that's a Bulma, and you did not get to the Bulma, so you could just tap 1 and draw a card. If you're mixing it with green and you did not get to the Goku to tap 2 and draw a card, or even Time Patrol Trunks, where you can warp 3, call him out, and check top 2 to potentially draw a card and put the card at the bottom of the deck, or on the top if you seem that card to be fit to stay on top. So you have to be very careful about what you do in this deck when it comes to the turn of attacking your opponent, trying to dump your hand, trying to combo out. You know, you have to know when to take the hits and when not to take the hits if you cannot awaken your leader and your opponent is not actually swinging at you. Now, going to this, we're looking at the other mirror, the one that has DeathNote Evolve. Her name is Towa Reprogrammed Menace. Now, Towa Reprogrammed Menace, in my opinion, is actually a very good card. I'll say you run at least like 2 copies of her, because you have to be watch out, like I said, with these DeathNote Evolve cards and all the black cards. If you're mixing the deck with different colors. She is a tap 4. You take a mirror from Towa from play. You warp her and you DeathNote Evolve her for just a cost of 4. And when a card evolves into this card, choose up to one of your opponent's battle cards with an energy cost of 6 or less and switch it to active mode and gain control of it. So you know, it says, sorry, cannot read the rest. It says mirror, what it says? Move the chosen card to your battle area. Okay, so yeah. So the ability is not to the end of turn or to the end of battle or whatever. So she can actually get control of this card. So I'm seeing the DeathNote Evolve mirror with the Overwhelm mirror that we got from the Heroes expansion set or Demon expansion set. Very, very good and collaboration in the deck, because the one from the Demon set, you can take control of a size 2 or less. So you warp for 4, call out the mirror, take control for 2 or less, it goes to your side of the field. Then you do this Towa and you DeathNote Evolve, put in that mirror into the warp, because it's going to go into the warp anyways, but you attack with her first or whatever it is that you want to do. Then you DeathNote Evolve and take control of another possible card as a size 6 or less and adding it to your side of the field. So it's kind of getting rid of your opponent's field by you filling up yours, which is something actually very, very lethal if you guys know how to put in that work and combination of how to actually try to pull this off. So I see these black cards coming in very, very crazy. If you guys have any type of opinions, any type of comments, please leave it down below and let me know what do you guys think about this deck. Going forward to the new extra black card. It's called Dark Plot. Now, Dark Plot is actually a very good card, in my opinion, because it's a size 4 card that actually is worth 1. So it could be a potential 1 cast extra card, then a 4 cast extra card, because activate main. Choose up to 1 battle card in your warp area with an energy cost of 4 less and play it. If you use this skill to play a battle card with Overwhelm, choose up to 3 of your energy and switch them to active mode. So that becomes very dangerous. Just imagine you having 2 dark plots in hand, you're at 5 energy, or using a sensu beam to 1 tap and then do another dark plot. So you overwhelming, you DeathNote evolving, and then you dark plotted into another dark plot. And that's just you swarming the field of people, especially if you do it with the Towa, that you get control of 2 dudes, and then you just swarm the field with more people. So you could potentially, oh my god, it's just, it's just crazy the amount of combos that you can actually realize with this deck, guys. Going into the other extra card that I see here is called Time's Judgment. Time's Judgment is basically the negate. It's like the general negate is going to be you tap 1, you cast this extra card, you negate, then you have the opportunity of, if you want to dump 2 cards from hand, setting yourself up for a Overwhelm effect, you can dump 2 and the negate goes back to your hand. So I really believe that this card is good. And when I mean good, I mean good. You know, potentially you'll run at least 2 of her in the deck. You know, so you can see if you want 3, you can run 3. It's okay with you, but you know, just make sure that you find the correct amount, because the card goes back to your hand, guys. Now, going on to the Relentless Destruction Mirror. Since I said that the Bardock is a critical type of leader, this Relentless Destruction Mirror actually is pretty decent, because he's Overwhelm 3. At 3, when you play this card using Overwhelm, your opponent chooses 1 card in their hand and place it into the drop area. So this is just pluses. On top of that, you're not giving your opponent cards from their life to put to your hand. You're also making him dump cards from hand. So this actually makes me to believe, you know, green and black could be a thing, just like yellow and black and blue and black and red and black, or whatever you guys want to do. But since green specializes in hand destruction. It could be actually a very good thing. You could take out a gold tanks, swing, they dump a card, a relentless mirror, and they dump another card, and then you swing for the crit. So you know, it's just getting rid of your opponent's hand. You just start dumping cards from your opponent's hand, and you dump and you dump and you dump. Going into another Trunks, size 3. His name is Unrelentless Assault Trunks. He has Overwhelm 3. It says when this card is sent to the warp area from battle area or deck, add it to your hand. So basically, let's say you're going to call out the size 4 Trunks to Xeno Evolve. You call him out, you swing, you Xeno Evolve, send him into the warp. Instead of him going to the warp, he goes right back to your hand. So he's a 5k potential combo from hand. So he's setting you up for more combo plays, guys. The card is actually very good. Or if you do the Golden Freezer, then you send him back to the bottom of the deck, he goes to your hand as well. So, you know, it's actually going to be very fun to see what type of combinations that we are all going to create, that we are going to utilize in this type of new movement or meta or whatever type of community that you want to call it. It is what it is. And yeah, there's my overview about the Bardock leader. Let me know what you guys think about. Let me know in the comment section what type of colors do you guys think that we're going to be seeing in the future when this set 3 comes out. Let me know what do you guys think about the Bardock leader overall. Like I said, he's kind of like a Vegeta, but Vegeta should be a little bit faster, just to the point that you can awaken, because he's a self-awakening leaders, and I cannot stress this enough, guys. Self-awakening leaders in this game is very OP, because you don't have to wait until your opponent to awaken you. You can awaken yourself and start drawing your cards when your leader attacks and start doing all the shenanigans that you want to. But at the same time, if your opponent is very aggressive, awakening leaders can become a little bit, you know, because they will rush you down, so you won't be able to take the cards to activate your leader's effect. So it's kind of like a balance type of thing going down. And yeah, guys, in the future, I want to build this deck, and just let me know if you guys want to see a battle between the Vegeta and the Bardock, and we will be testing that out just to see what's up. Just remember, this is TDN. You heard it from us first. Gabby from Team DeathNote. Peace out.
Que lo que es fortuna